a video on making flavoured butters. So, normally you put herbs and things in butters to kind of flavour them, garlic and like garlic butter and all that kind of stuff. And I had to go the other day and use chicken stock cube because it's salty, it's chickeny, it's umami, and you kind of go, well, that's going to work, and it was nice and it worked. So I kind of thought other things that we could use as well. So you could make a anchovy butter. Just smashing up some anchovies, which are not that dissimilar from Pat and Perriam, which is a gentleman's relish, which is basically anchovies and herbs and spices with a little bit of butter, and you put it on toast and things. So that's a really rich umami kind of thing. So I was kind of thinking that, but then I was kind of thinking a little bit outside the box, and I was thinking about Monster Munch. And things like, so it's a crisp, we'll open them and show them. So it's a crisp in the UK. Oh, it's not really a crisp. I don't really know what they're made of. But they're kind of quite strong in flavour. And there's also Space Raiders. I couldn't get any Space Raiders. I really would have liked to try this with Space Raiders. So I'm going to crunch up some Monster Munch in some butter. And we're going to see how it tastes, because when we're still doing now, but you kind of like have a crisp sandwich, or a crisp, as in like chips in the US, but crisps over here are just kind of like really thinly sliced potatoes, which are deep fried, and you put them in a sandwich with butter, and they're delicious. It's not probably the worst thing to eat ever, but delicious. And I was kind of thinking, you know, like, you put Monster Munch in the sandwich as well, and that butter with the bread, delicious. So, but could we make a flavoured butter with some Monster Munch? So there is 50 grams worth of butter in there. How much does a Monster Munch weigh? I can't weigh on camera because the board's not flat, so it'll give a funny reading. So where are we? So a Monster Munch is about 3 grams. What do they taste like? So it's like that. It's those type of things, but they are delicious. I haven't had them in years. I don't think they'll taste the same as they did when I was a kid, because when I was a kid they used to allow food manufacturers to put all kinds of horrible things in foods that they later found out that weren't particularly very good for us. Not that these are particularly very good for you. Anyway, so not as sharp as I remember. I remember them being really powerful, but they're not as salty or as vinegar as they used to be. So 3 grams. Well, we'll mix 3 grams in and then we'll see kind of how it tastes. Probably get away with more than that. I don't want to make it too thick. So I kind of want the flavour of Monster Munch, Space Raiders ideally, but without it getting too thick. I'm just kind of wash my hands because I'm going to stick my finger in. I've already got Monster Munch on my finger, so it wouldn't give a proper representation of how it's going to taste. So I need more. I need more, like double the amount. But then the only problem is it's going to get a bit too thick, I think, and not really kind of quite spreadable. I was kind of thinking that we spread it on toast and see what it's going to taste like. Maybe. Well, still, I think there'll be quite a lot of fat in the Monster Munch. What they cooked in. Well, the baked's not fried. Oh, we're losing them. Baked's not fried. So that was 4, wasn't it? It's kind of crunchy. So wash my hands again and give it a taste. And stick my finger in. I don't think that's going to work. I don't think we're going to be able to get enough Monster Munch flavour in there before it just turns into solid mass. And what is, I can read the ingredients without my glasses. So it's maize, rapeseed oil, pickled onion seasoning, flavouring, whey, something or other. I can't read what that is. permeate. I'm a little bit dyslexic, so I'm not pretty good with words that I don't know. Onion powder, sugar, flavour enhancers, monosodium glutamate, blah 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 blah, salt, potassium chloride, garlic powder. Yeah, so we could probably do with the ingredients that are flavour it, but not the. We can't really use Monster Munch, so I don't think that's going to work. Let's put another 2 in and see. So yeah, that's going to start getting too thick. Yeah. Because I was thinking that maybe we could use it on the get a chicken and put it under the skin and roast it, and then we'd have like a Monster Munch kind of flavour. I don't think it's going to be intense enough. I remember them being a lot more intense when I was younger, but it's probably I've had to tone them down a little bit or take out the ingredients that were just too poisonous. No, I think if we add any more, it's not gonna. Let's add that. Put another 2 in. This is going to be a bit of a not going to work video, but I'll still publish it because if you don't know, if you don't try, you don't know, do you? Wash hands and taste. I'm thinking like we could use some of the seasoning powder maybe, but it would have to be a hell of a lot of Monster Munch to go under the skin of a chicken to get any kind of flavour, to be able to detect any kind of flavour. But we might just have to, if we're going to be using pickled onion, you might as well just use butter that got vinegar in it, whereas I thought we could bypass that and just use Monster Munch. I don't think that's going to work. Interesting as a spread though. Interesting as a spread. We'll save that. And when I'm making some toast, we'll spread it on and we'll see what that tastes like on toast. Let's give it a go. And I've got the grill on as well. So I think, well, it's a salamander actually. If the heat comes from the top, it's a salamander. Grill is heat from the bottom. Broiler is both, I think. But anyway, so let's just put this on a bit of toast. Don't want it on the too crunchy bit. And then, depending on this taste, we might just put it underneath the grill and cook it. So how does it taste? That's kind of quite interesting as well. Let's put that on top. Do you know, that's really so in kitchens you talk about, like a wine has complex flavours to it, like a complexity on, so you'll taste something and as you over a little bit of time you will taste different things in a wine. That's complexity. But food, to get that in food, that's kind of what you want as well. So let's put that under the grill and taste it, and then we'll just have a little bit of chat about complexity. Yeah, so the taste that you first get in your mouth, can that be a little bit higher, hopefully? No. I might be able to raise it up a little bit. I'm going to raise it up a little bit with another pan underneath it. Right, so when you first taste something, you get one flavour, and then as it it's in your mouth, and as you swallow it, you get another flavour as well. And that's complexity of flavour. It's not just a one flat flavour. You just taste sweet, you know what I mean? But if you taste sweet and sour, that's starting to get a little bit more complex. So it tasted really kind of quite complex. Kind of quite interesting. So I'm grilling, putting it under the grill. We'll melt the butter and caramelise the top. So it might just be, it might look like grilled cheese, but we'll see what it tastes like. We'll have to pause it. It's going to take longer than me waffling on. Right, let's have a look at this. So it's grilled a bit. It looks a little bit like grilled cheese. It even smells a little bit like grilled cheese, but that might be the butter that's in the Monster Munch. So now just cut that in two and see what's happened. We'll just cut it to that. So it's gone like that. So the butter's soaked in a little bit. Do you know, that's delicious. It's got the flavour kind of profile of cheese on toast, like grilled cheese, but it's not. It's got that vinegary, salty. That's delicious. Who would have thought? So, some scope with that, isn't there? But that's lovely. I have to think about what I'm going to do with that. You could. Have I seen this somewhere before? I don't think so. But like maybe like a Welsh rarebit. You could put some Monster Munch or some Space Raiders into Welsh rarebit type of thing, because that's like a paste, isn't it? So it's got egg and I'm sure it's got egg and cheese and mustard and a bit of a like a saucy type of thing. But you don't kind of need that. You just need Monster Munch and butter. But that's probably why it works, because you've got the butter. I'm eating with my mouthful. Because you've got the butter and you've got the vinegar, that's probably reminiscent of the mustard that's in a Welsh rarebit. I'm sure it's got mustard in it. But that's delicious. Who'd have thought of that? That's really kind of quite interesting. And then the butter melts into the bread, which is delicious, and then you're left with crispy top. So that's success. Don't know what we're going to do with it. Probably just give it out to the internet for free. But there we go. Delicious.